amazingly through the offside all the way along the ground. That's a boundary for Patel, who moves into the 20s. Cannons into the pad, a very optimistic appeal, that one. Yeah, it's interesting watching it from side on. You get a good sense as to just how quick Lamachani bowls. I was in the nets with him a couple of nights ago, in fact, and just amazing to see the young man, how he goes about his work. So enthusiastic. Such a talent. Lamachani. Too short this time.
Wide.
Could argue is the propensity to bowl a few too many googlies. Looks to me as though he's been averaging probably 3 or 4 and over. Maybe at points even more than that to the left-handers. That one down the leg side will be signalled wide. And a beautifully flighted leg break beats Patel, and I think that's the thing, when you bowl so many googlies, that leg break's almost the surprise delivery, isn't it? But he is right in the game already. Wicket from the final ball of his first over. He's looking a threat every single ball at the moment. So that's going to close out Lamachani's second over. He's got 1 for 6. USA moved to 58 for 2.
कुमारी परिवार सुरक्षा बचत खाताले खोलेको छ सबैको सुरक्षाको साँचो। कुमारी बैंकमा खाता 26 लाखसम्मको फाइदा।
थप जानकारीको लागि नजिकैको कुमारी बैंकको शाखामा सम्पर्क गर्नुहोला।
सुरु गरौँ परिवारको सुरक्षाको संस्कार।
Celebrating Kumari Bank Limited's 20 years of adding values.
Adelaide to Austin, and everywhere in between. Maybe should have said Auckland to Austin. Every corner of the world. 6 sixes he struck. Papua New Guinea, they really had a disappointing week. 4 one-day internationals to get all 3 of those sides back into international action. Been an awfully long time, particularly for PNG, since they'd played any international cricket the guts of 2 years. USA it had been 18 months. And for Nepal, with the exception of the tri-series between themselves, Netherlands and Malaysia, which was held in Kathmandu in April, very little for them as well, since Cricket World Cup League 2 back in February 2020. But the associate game is back, and back in a big way. Back-to-back series here. As Nisarg Patel gets that into the offside. Interesting to see Patel used up at number 4, and I think the reason for that is because of that injury to Aaron Jones, ruled out with a stress fracture of his left hand. He's going to stay with the squad to bowl some leg spin in the nets, but a really nasty injury for him. Unable to make any movement, lateral movement, with the clenched batting hand, so ruled out by X-ray on Saturday, and also a double blow because Jesse Singh, he's had a side strain, quite a nasty injury for him too. As Patel comes down the track, could be overthrows here, there will be. Sushan Bharti was quick to the ball, picked it up and threw sharply back to Binod Bandari, but Bandari couldn't make ground across to his right, so the end result will be a single to Patel. Double injury blow means that 2 changes to this American side announced last night by USA Cricket. Nisarg Patel wants a single, but Madank Patel has no interest. He'll have the strike.
विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेड फ्री प्रडक्ट युज हुन्छ।
त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्लम्बिङको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल सुरक्षा घरको
सात जीवन घरको।
Anything, it looks a bit more like keeper and bowling order because we've seen Karen Casey and Sampal Kami and Bikram Saab receivers. But for the moment, it's a trial by spin. And spin in the shape of the superstar Sandeep Lamachani. It's a lovely drive down the ground. Good positive footwork by Madank Patel. As I was saying just before we got the audio working up for you, probably known as maybe the strongest player of spin. Watchful in defence this time. Nicely forward by Nisarg Patel. You have no doubt that USA will be looking for a way to counter Lamachani. They can get through his 10 overs. I feel like they're in the game. Another googly, sharp spinning googly back into the right-hander, well worked into the leg side by Nisarg Patel. Nisarg Patel had some success with the bat on that tour of Nepal back in February 2020. Another googly, well picked by a real beauty, turn and bounce. Very difficult to play Lamachani off the back foot. That's good batting. Gets forward and works it into the gap between point and cover. Gets a cheer and a bit of a whistle from his teammates on the...
Celebrating Kumari Bank Limited's 20 years of adding values.
कुमारी परिवार सुरक्षा बचत खाताले खोलेको छ सबैको सुरक्षाको साँचो। कुमारी बैंकमा खाता 26 लाख सम्मको फाइदा।
थप जानकारीको लागि नजिकैको कुमारी बैंकको शाखामा सम्पर्क गर्नुहोला।
सुरु गरौँ परिवारको सुरक्षाको संस्कार।
Immediate call of 1-1-1 from Patel. Two Patels batting in tandem here. Back-to-back singles through the same region, but very different shots. This time off the back foot from Nisarg Patel, avoids the dive of young Kushal Bertel there at extra cover. Hasn't had quite the same impact to start his ODI career that he did with his T20I career, the player of the series back in April against the Netherlands and Malaysia. Down the track and a lovely shot through the offside, avoids the dive of Kushal Bertel. I don't think that was a chance. Acrobatic stuff from him, trying to get a hand on it, and really good use of the feet from Madank Patel. Gets to the pitch of the ball of Sushan Bari and gets it through the offside, opens the blade nicely. Kushel Bertel, but not able to get anything on it. Runs away for 4.